Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and Baro has come once again and on PCs on the Orcus Relay on Pluto. Now the new item this time around is the Diriga camo skin. This is very similar to the Texan Desert-Camo skin, though I do think that it works much better on the Diriga. It's actually quite nice. Then he brought a full selection of the primed Bane mods, which give you 55% bonus damage to the respective faction on rifles. So we have one for the Infested, as well as one for the Corpus, one for the Grenier, and finally one for the Corrupted. And on top of all of that, he also brought the primed charge shell, which gives you 165% bonus electricity damage for shotguns. Following that, we have the Prisma Veritax, which is an arc melee and just a better version of the standard Veritax. I unfortunately can't tell you much about this because I'm not very familiar with arc melee, but if you like the standard Veritax, this is just a better version of it. And he also brought the Prisma Angstrom, which is kind of like a mortar pistol. It does stupendous amounts of damage and full self-damage, so if you clip yourself with any of the shots, you are going to die. Not even my Naros can survive a crit from this thing. Next on the menu, we have the Zephyr Immortal skin, which can also be used on Zephyr Prime. And this is actually a pretty cool skin, especially on Zephyr Prime, because it completely changes the way the Warframe looks. So all in all, it's a pretty cool skin, though it is pretty expensive. It's 550 ducats as well as 100,000 credits. Moving on from there, we have a full set of the Eos Prime Armor, so the chestplate, the shoulder plates, the spurs, as well as the full set, which is far cheaper than buying the individual parts. I really don't know why they don't do this for more sets, but anyway, the Eos Prime Armor set is just fantastic. I'm not the biggest fan of the spurs, they're just tiny, so you can use them to add a little bit of detail to your Warframes, but both the chestplate and the shoulder plates look fantastic. After that, we have the Teer Siandana, which is the basic version of the Teer Siandana, the first one, and this one looks alright. It's not the best looking Siandana in the game, I don't think, but if you give it the right colors and you combine it with the right frame and accessories, yeah, why not? Then he brought the two companion glyphs, so we have the Prisma Kavat glyph, which looks absolutely fantastic, and it's the glyph that I've been using for a very long time, as well as the Prisma Kubro glyph, which also looks really cool. Next up is the Lysed Cydonia skin, which is a pretty cool looking skin for the Lysed Landing Craft, though it's definitely not my favorite, because the ones that we got from the recent events are far cooler in my opinion. Now he also brought the Prisma Sigil, which looks pretty cool, and the sort of left color changes the overall color of the sigil, whereas the right color or the secondary color changes the hue of the sigil, and it's not that noticeable. Then he once again brought the Teer earpiece as well as the Teer solo earpiece. These are the same item, it's just that the normal one it's for both ears. So here is what changing the primary color will do, and the secondary color doesn't actually do anything here. And we are slowly nearing the end with a 3-day resource booster. This actually isn't worth it, it's much better if you just sell your prime parts and then buy the booster from the market. After that, as always, we have the Sons of Inaros questline blueprint, which is the item you need if you want to get the Inaros Warframe, and the final item on the menu this time around is the Stalker Beacon, which is an item you can put into your gear wheel, and once you use it in a mission, it will spawn the Stalker or Shadow Stalker, though bear in mind it is consumable, so once you use it, it's gone. Now, my recommendation this time around is pretty straightforward. Get primed charged shell, and that is pretty much it. The primed Bane mods are just too much of an investment for not that much return for your everyday player, and it's generally something you buy when you have nothing else to buy. Though don't get me wrong, they're actually really strong if you're actively switching them out and you actually max them. And I wouldn't really recommend either of the two weapons because Prisma Veritax is an arc melee and you're generally better off using an arc gun since they have been spiced up a little bit thanks to Fortuna. And Prisma Angstrom is, well, kind of strong, but the damage scales better against you than it does against the enemy. So once you really pump it up and you take it into a high level mission, it will take less to kill you than the enemies. And that's kind of it, everything else is cosmetic, but then again, this is just my personal recommendation, so if you want to go for the swag and cosmetics first, go right ahead. And that's pretty much it for Baro this week, and for me as well, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye.